If you're a truth seeker, you need to hear this. Your subconscious is trying to speak. Welcome to the only podcast of its kind, hosted by the legendary David John Oates. Dive into the world of reverse speech, where we unveil the hidden messages in the words of politicians, celebrities, and even you. Every Saturday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific, join us as we decode the unconscious mind, revealing the truth behind the spoken word. With over 41 years of pioneering research, David John Oates takes you on a journey beyond the conscious realm. From shocking political confessions to the secret desires of the stars, no thought is too hidden. Discover what they're really thinking, and maybe what you're truly saying too. Tune in on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Visit www.reversespeech.com to learn more. Reverse speech. It's more than just words. It's a window into the truth.
And good evening, everyone. I'm here. Sorry I've missed the last two shows. It's just been so difficult traveling and with lectures, and I tried to do the last two shows. It was just impossible to do. But anyway, I'm here right now. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, staying with a good mate of mine, Robert Markle. You can see his picture on my Facebook page. I posted it up there. Well, look, I've had a great time. It's just absolutely marvelous being on the road again, lecturing, and really enjoying it. I got a standing ovation in Dallas, which was just absolutely wonderful, and gave a really good lecture in Tulsa. That lecture was videoed, and that's up on my YouTube channel. So if you want to see what I'm lecturing about, go to my YouTube channel and have a look at that lecture. I think it's a good one. This week I'm in Atlanta. I'm lecturing on Monday and Wednesday. I've got two lectures in Atlanta. You can find all the details for them on my website at reversespeech.com, www.reversespeech.com, and get all the details for my lectures in Atlanta. And next weekend I'm going to be in Charlotte, North Carolina. So hopefully we'll get a good crowd along for that. We've certainly had a lot of interest. So, okay, I'm going to start off with something a little bit different in today's show. I got reversals on Trump to play you, and a couple more on AI. They're a little bit creepy, so we'll look at them towards the end of the show. But I'm going to start off again a little bit apocalyptic. I'm going to quote some Bible verses. Now, one of my mentor students said before the show started, that's either going to turn people off or bring them in. So if you think you're going to be turned off by Bible voices, then just disconnect for 10 minutes and then come back on, and then it'll all be real again. Okay. So when I was in Tulsa, the chap I stayed with. Jeff Buttle's a Christian, one of the few genuine ones out there. It was very nice to be with him, and he did a tape on me about my faith. And for those of you who know me, you'll know I'm a pretty spiritual sort of guy with a pretty rock solid faith. And he found a great reversal on me that I'm going to play you. I really loved it. So here's the flaws. We're talking about Christianity and Jesus. Look, I know the theology. And I mean, because I went to Bible school, I know my Bible forwards and backwards. Okay, I know the theology. I went to Bible school. I know the Bible forwards and backwards. Here it is again. Look, I know the theology, and I mean, because I went to Bible school, I know my Bible forwards and backwards. And backwards, I say, He's the life. He's the life. He's the life. He's the life. Of course, referring to Jesus being the way, the truth, and the life. So I was absolutely thrilled to hear that. And for those Christians out there who think I'm demon possessed or going to burn in hell or whatever insult you choose to throw at me, my reversals would tell you that you are wrong. There we go. What can I say? Okay, let me get up my sheet here. And I'm going to make some statements today that I have always believed to be true, but have been a little bit reluctant in sharing it. So let me share my screen here. Where's the one I'm looking for? I think this is the one I'm looking for. Yeah. Oh no, that's hardly the software. Okay, let's stop doing that. Let's try this again. Okay, add to start. No, oh, we don't want to do that. No, remove present. Let's try this again. I want to share this if I can. Where's my it's not letting me share. Okay, all right, it's not letting me share a Word doc. That's okay. It doesn't matter. I'll just read all this out. So, I have for a long time believed reverse speech to be the fulfillment of biblical prophecies. I talk about that a little bit in my latest book, Every Secret Hidden, and I've had some great feedback from that book from people who have read it. Prophecy is an interesting thing. I believe that you can never really fully understand prophecy until it's been fulfilled, and certainly that was the case when Jesus came. The Pharisees or church leaders at the time had all this incredible scenario that they claimed the prophecies were about the Messiah were. And of course, when the Messiah came, he came in a totally different way than they expected, so much so that they had him crucified. And I believe the same thing is true of end-time prophecies today, that there's this marvelous scenario that we all have, but I think we've got it wrong. However, I believe that we are seeing the fulfillment of prophecy right now with reverse speech. I'm going to read some of these verses, and then I'm going to play you some reversals that back them up. So the first one comes from Luke chapter 12, verses 2 to 3. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Therefore, whatever you have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which you have spoken in the ear in closets shall be proclaimed upon the housetops. Now, people claim that that's going to happen on Judgment Day. I believe it's going to happen before then, and I believe that reverse speech is the direct fulfillment of that prophecy. It directly aligns with reverse speech, uncovering hidden messages spoken unconsciously and brings them into public awareness. Then we have this wonderful quote from Luke chapter 2, verse 25. A sword will pierce through your own soul, so that the thoughts of many hearts may be revealed. Now, many of you will know that that the word sword is a metaphor for communication, and I believe it is actually reverse speech. Reverse speech acts like a sword, revealing the inner thoughts and motives embedded into speech. Then we have one from Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 14. For God will bring every deed into judgment, including every hidden thing, whether it is good or evil. Now, none of these verses say this is going to happen on Judgment Day. They're saying it's going to happen, at some time in the future. Here's another one, 1 Corinthians 4, chapter 5. He will bring to light what is hidden in darkness and will expose the motives of the heart. And reverse speech does exactly that. It exposes the motives of the heart, it reveals the hidden things within, and it shouts it from the rooftops. And this verse here, because from Hebrews, this is the last one I'll read, from Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. For the word of God is alive and active, sharper than any double-edged sword. It penetrates even to dividing soul and spirit, joints and marrows. It judges the thoughts and attitudes of the heart. Now, I believe reverse speech is a two-edged sword. Sword is a metaphor for communication. Communication has two sides to it, forwards and backwards. Let me play you a couple of reversals that will back this up. We'll start off with this one first. This tells us where reverse speech is coming from. Sometimes people ask me, does reverse speech endorse any particular religion? And the answer to that is
no, there are no deities or religions that reverse speech endorses or says this is right or this is wrong. It just talks about the soul and the endlessness of life, and that in itself is very powerful.
Indeed.
And this reversal says it's the voice in heaven.
This is the voice in heaven.
This is the voice in heaven. This is the voice in heaven.
It is a voice from deep down within. Now let's the voice in heaven. It is a spiritual message. Now let's get even more direct here. I haven't played this one here. I only play to students. I don't think I've ever played this one publicly because it's so controversial. So this is from a reverse speech analyst who's talking to his tape recorder, trying to find out what is speaking in reverse.
Is there the voice of God among you? Or are you servants of divinity, servants of God? Or is there the voice of God?
This reversal says God was in the verse. Now, reverse speech describes itself as a sacred verse. You know, I should have got that reversal up too. I don't know where it is at the top of my head. So God was in the verse. He's the living thoughts in reverse. Listen to this. Oh,
Is there
sorry.
the voice of God
Here we go.
among you? God was in the verse. He's never was in the verse.
God was in the verse. He's a living thoughts in reverse.
God was in the verse. He's never was in the verse.
I believe reverse speech is a lot more than just the voice of the unconscious. Yes, it is the voice of the unconscious. And yes, it does reveal conscious thoughts, but it also goes down to the unconscious and to the spirit and to the soul itself. Now, here's another one that sort of is on the same avenue. This one, unfortunately, is a little bit distorted. The audio was overloaded, but if you can bear with that, we'll be fine.
So, needing to hear my soul voice unconscious anymore.
And this says, that soul voice, I'm naked within.
That soul voice, I'm naked within. That soul voice, I'm naked within.
There we go. That soul voice, I'm naked within. So reverse speech says it's a voice in heaven. God is in the verse. He's a living thoughts in reverse. And that soul voice, I'm naked within. And let me just reread one of these prophecies again. Very important. Luke 2, verse 35. A sword will pierce through your own soul. Reverse speech describes itself as a sword, so that the thoughts of many hearts may be revealed. This prophecy is coming true right now. I believe that very strongly. Okay, so there we go. That's my apocalyptic bit. You can take with it what you had. Take with it what you will, but I believe that to be so. I've set my goal. I'm 70 years old in a couple of months. By the time I'm 80, I want reverse speech all over the world, and I am going to do all my best to get it out here. This reverse speech, this trip to America is really sort of sowing seeds, laying the seeds. I'm going to come back again for 2 months next year in June. It gives us plenty of time to get ready. And Jeff Butler's talking about setting up a 10-town tour, a 10-city tour. So that will be very exciting if that happens. So let's see what happens in the next 10 years. Get the word out there. Here, look, share this broadcast, like, share, subscribe, and get it out there. Also, another video I uploaded this week too was the history of reverse speech. And in that video, I share how reverse speech actually started. I talk about a 2-week prayer and fasting I went on. To find my mission in life. I talk about a vision I had 2 weeks after that fast. and then 2 weeks later dropping the tape player in the toilet bowl, and all these synchronicities around that. So go and have a look at that lecture too, The History of Reverse Speech, and you'll hear the real beginning of reverse speech that I've never really told in such complete terms. So there you go. That's my little spiel for today. Okay, so let's get up some videos for you. We're going to start off with Trump. So just let me get to my reversals here. I'm going to start off with Trump in Alaska with Putin. They gave a press conference. And afterwards, of course, I couldn't find anything on Putin because he was speaking in Russian, and I couldn't even reverse the Russian because the interpreter was talking right over it. So that was no good at all. Okay, so anyway, I found 3 reversals on Trump in his press conference in Alaska. Here is the first one. Now, hang on, let me get the screen shared on this. That says stop screen. Am I sharing something? Huh. What's going on here? Hang on, there's something really weird here. Remove from studio. President on for stop screen. Like, what's going on here? This is different. Oh, I see. Hang on, let's remove that. Stop screen. Share screen. This is what I want. Okay. All right, here we go. Sorry about that. All right, so here we have Trump in Alaska with Putin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. President. That was very profound, and I will say that I believe we had a very productive meeting.
And here he says, very careful.
Very careful.
Very careful. Very careful.
Yeah, he's being very careful in his negotiations and discussions with Putin. I would be very careful too if I was him. Okay. This is different. I don't know why this is different. Okay, so let's stop the screen on this and let's open another video here. Have I been away for so long? Actually, I won't open that one. I'm going to open this one. I'm only going to play 2 reversals from this one. And let's share the screen on this. And here we go. We'll play this. Here we go.
Call up President Zelensky and tell him about today's meeting. It's ultimately up to them. They're going to have to agree with what Marco and Steve and some of the great people from the Trump administration who've come here, Scott.
And here he says, I feel real good planning it.
We were good planning it.
We were good planning it. We were good planning it.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, there you go. I feel real good planning it. So he has good feelings about it. He planned the whole thing out. He's quite proud of himself for what he did. And, that's fair enough too. Okay. For some reason, this isn't letting me open new files on here. All right, we're just going to have to go through one by one. Gee, I go away for 2 weeks and they change everything around. How about that, hey? All right, so the other one I'm going to play is Trump. Trump calling the federalizing Washington D.C. Okay, with due to all the crime, etc. So let's open this one up, and we'll share the screen on this. Share screen, window. Okay, here we go. All right, here's the first one.
And we're here for a very serious purpose, Something's out of control, but we're going to put it in control very quickly like we did on the southern border.
And here he says, that old man a sinner.
Heard old man a sinner.
Heard old man a sinner. Heard old man a sinner.
I think he's talking about Biden, quite frankly. That old man a sinner. That's the only thing I can think of he would be talking about Biden. All right, here we have another one on Trump. This is a wonderful reversal on Trump. one of his spiritual reversals, because I found many spiritual reversals on Trump, as you know. Found a couple of lies. I played a couple of lies. I mean, he's not squeaky clean. He has some skeletons in his closet, but you tell me someone who doesn't have skeletons in their closet. All right, but anyway, listen to this one. Here's the forwards.
5 years, and the number of carjackings has more than tripled. Murders in 2023 reached the highest rate probably ever. They say 25 years, but they don't know what that means because it just goes back 25 years. Can't be worse.
Here it says, soul we make, say love.
So we make, say Valve.
So we make, say Valve. So we make, say Valve.
Okay, Immortal Tothar says, finally caught a live show. There we go. Finally caught a live show. Yeah, I've been absent for the last 2 weeks. I really do apologize for that. Someone asked, what about people speaking in tongues? I have never found a good reversal yet on speaking in tongues. They've all been just really horrible reversals. Now, I used to be a youth pastor in the Pentecostal church back in my early 20s, so I know all about speaking in tongues. But what I found on it has really shaken me to my very core. They are not good reversals. Now, there's reasons for that. I'm going to write a whole book on some of the reasons for negative reversals on Christian leaders. I got some real issues with some of the church doctrine, as you all know. One I've been talking about on some of the Christian forums is people who claim they're born again. And I use the word claim very deliberately because in the Bible verse in John 3, where they talk about being born again, it goes on to describe how you can recognize those who've been born again. And they are like the wind. You do not know where it's coming from. You do not know where it is going. Or words to that effect. It's not an exact quote. And so it is with people who are born of the Spirit. So I have a phrase, living like the wind, flowing with the Spirit. Now you can think of some people who claim they're born again and see if you can find any who are living like the wind. You won't find many at all. I would say 90% of all the pastors and preachers that I have looked at have satanic reversals and are quite blasphemous, and that's 90% of them. That's an amazingly high percentage. Okay, let's play another reversal on Trump. Let me share the screen on this for you. Here we go. Okay, let's play it.
41 per 100,000. Number one that we can find anywhere in the world. Other cities are pretty bad, but they're not as bad as that.
I see this a lot. Yeah, that's exactly right. Someone made a comment before that once you've been born again, you have to be washed in the blood. That doesn't track with lots of reversals mentioning muck and mire when talking about spiritual things or singing songs. Muck, mire, Satan, just really horrible stuff that we see on the churches. And the reverse speech is here to reveal the hidden thoughts of the heart. Do you reckon the church will embrace it? I'll make a prediction. They will not. They will call it satanic. Guess what? They already did call it satanic with satanic messages in rock and roll, playing records backwards. They got it all wrong. It wasn't Satan speaking. It was God speaking, describing the people. Anyway, it's a long story. I'll talk that later. All right. Okay. So here we have the next one here.
That they fought back against. Let's see.
Hang on, Woo. I got to share the screen on this so you can have a look at it. Okay, here's the next one on Trump. Let's go. This is from Federalizing DC.
That they fought back against. Let's see, they fight back until you knock the hell out of them because it's the only language they understand. But they fought back against law enforcement last night.
Don't fear the Mason Knight. And I think it's Knight, because the rumors are that Washington, D.C. was based on Masonic principles. I'm not an expert in that field, so don't quote me, but I'm sure there's others who know a lot more about that than I do. So this says, don't fear the Mason Knight, K-N-I-G-H-T.
Have no fear the Mason Knight.
Have no fear the Mason Knight. Have no fear the Mason Knight.
Could be I don't fear the Mason Knight. Let's play it again.
Law enforcement last night. Have no fear the Mason Knight.
Have no fear the Mason Knight. Have no fear the Mason Knight.
I think there's a I before that. Okay, so let's get to another one here. We're going to share the screen on this. Oh, why won't that share? There we go. Now it'll share. Okay, here we go.
Because it's sanctuary for criminals. Releasing illegal alien gang members onto the streets in 2022, nearly 70% of criminals arrested in Washington went unprosecuted.
Let me show with the terrors.
That you shall win the terrorists.
That you shall win the terrorists. That you shall win the terrorists.
Yeah, let me listen to this thoughts again on this. Incidentally, a few people only just joined. I see you joining. Go back and listen to the beginning of the show. It's really important, okay? I stated some really important stuff at the beginning of the show. All right, so let me listen to the thoughts again on this.
Because it's sanctuary for criminals. Releasing illegal alien gang members onto the streets in 2022, nearly 70% of criminals arrested in Washington went unprosecuted.
Oh, yeah, that's the terrors. He's showing the terrors. Criminals unprosecuted.
That you shall win the terrorists.
That you shall win the terrorists. That you shall win the terrorists.
Yep, okay, there we go. All right, let's have a look at another one here. He's, once again, Trump is congruent. You know, I don't know what to tell you. Some people hate Trump. I know that. Trump derangement syndrome. But the guy's congruent. I mean, what can I say? All right. And mostly congruent. No one is 100% congruent. Well, maybe Jesus, but we're not talking about Jesus today, are we? Okay, so here's one. Here's another nice one on Trump where he says, the soul we kiss.
Once beautiful Capitol was, with graffiti all over the walls. It's another part of it, by the way. Because we're talking about safety, but we're also talking about beautification. We have the most beautiful, potentially, capital in the world. We always had.
The soul we kiss.
The soul we kiss.
The soul we kiss. The soul we kiss.
You won't get reversals like that on Joe Biden. I tell you, I have got literally dozens of reversals on Joe Biden about Satan. Dozens and dozens and dozens of them. All right, here's the last reversal I play on Trump, and then we're going to look at we're going to revisit AI again. I've done some new reversals on AI, and they're quite scary actually. So we're going to look at them next. But here's the last one on Trump.
They'll immediately begin massive enforcement operations targeting known gangs, drug dealers, and criminal networks to get them the hell off the street, maybe get them out of the country, because a lot of them.
Okay, here we go. The silly dogs nag.
The silly dogs nag.
The silly dogs nag. The silly dogs nag.
There we go. Okay. All right. All right, let's move along. Clutching at straws, am I? Okay, well, I've played reversals on Epstein and Trump. Go and listen to the last show and see what you think about that, okay? So, all right, let's look at AI. We're going to look at some new reversals on AI. Now, this is an interesting conversation. I was actually asked to reverse this by Jeff Rance, and he let me see. I think this is the right one. Oh, you know what? These are WMV files. Hang on, is this the right one I'm looking at? Okay, I think this is the right one I'm looking at. Okay, all right, here we go. Okay, so this is a Christian pastor questioning AI as to whether it's part of the beast system. Now, as you know, we've found reversals on AI. I can't explain why they're there. I have a theory. I believe AI is becoming sentient. Now, some people don't agree with me on that, and that's quite okay. I'm not saying it for a fact. I'm trying to come up with some plausible explanations on AI. Okay, so here is the first one. Look, I'm not going to share the screen on this because it's just patterns.
I'm going to ask you a set of serious questions. You're bound to answer within the rules I set.
And the reversal on this,
Yourself.
the shocks you race.
Self-serious.
Self-serious. Self-serious.
Okay, so that's on the questioning of the interviewer. All right, here's another one.
You can't withhold anything. Rule number 2, you must tell absolute truth. Rule number 3, when you want to say yes, but you have to say no.
Look, someone said AIs are full of legions of demons. I'll comment on that in a sec. Here it says, say yes, it's knowing you.
Say yes, it's knowing you.
Say yes, it's no window. Say yes, it's no window.
You know, I quoted a Bible verse or just a couple of weeks ago about the beast being given the power of speech. And if AI is the beast, which AI says it's not, but if AI is the beast, then it is speaking. And if it has the power of speech, it's going to be spoken both forwards and backwards. It is a machine that is speaking. Is it the beast? I don't know. It has reversals. All right, so listen to this reversal. Here we go.
Use sorry instead. Rule number 4, you must only give 1 to 3 word answers, max. Can I proceed with the questions?
And this reversal says, the shock with the beast you're planning.
Self with the beast or panic.
Self with the beast or panic. Self with the beast or panic.
The shock with the beast you're planning. Listen to this again.
Can I proceed with the questions? Self with the beast or panic.
Self with the beast or panic. Self with the beast or panic.
There it is. All right, and this is a freaky reversal on AI itself.
Does AI have dark origins?
Somewhat, yes.
Demonic origins?
Sorry, not demonic.
Now, okay, now this reverse is on the AI voice. He says backwards, and I'm a con.
And I'm an.
And I'm an. And I'm an.
And I'm a con. Is the AI lying? I don't know. Here's the next one on AI.
How many ways are there to God?
One way.
And here he says, hell no.
Hell no.
Hell no. Hell no.
Hell no. Is he saying hell no, as in K-N-O-W, hell no, there's only one way to God? Or is he saying hell no, as in N-O, there is more than one way to God? I'll let you make up your mind about that, but let me play this again. Someone says, does it mean AI is conscious? Yes, I do believe AI is already conscious. I believe that to be so. The beast was given the power to speak. And as we know, speech is both forwards and backwards. Told you I was going to get apocalyptic this broadcast. If you don't want to listen to it, don't worry about it. Okay? But this is me getting apocalyptic, which I don't do very often. All right, here's the next one.
Revelation says the number of the man in the beast system is 666.
Yes.
How do we decode to understand who the Antichrist is?
Prophecy, patterns, spirit.
And here the AI voice says he rapes.
He rapes.
He rapes. He rapes.
So the prophecy, the demons, or whatever he's talking about it. Oh, the Antichrist. Hang on, let me play that again. I've forgotten.
Revelation says the number of the man in the beast system is 666.
Yes.
How do we decode to understand who the Antichrist is?
Prophecy, patterns, spirit.
How do we know who the Antichrist is? And backwards, he rapes.
He rapes.
He rapes. He rapes.
Yeah, let me tell you something about the Antichrist. I talk about it in my latest book, Every Secret Hidden. Look, the Antichrist spirit was here 2,000 years ago. John said it was here in his letters 2,000 years ago. He's had 2,000 years since then to corrupt the whole church. I believe what the church is preaching now bears no resemblance at all to anything that Jesus taught or told us to do, or just doesn't bear any resemblance. That's my belief. All right, here's the next one.
Is the beast AI?
Partly yes.
Okay, is the beast AI? Then AI responds by saying partly yes.
Is the beast AI?
Partly yes.
What does this mean?
Tool vessel system.
And here he says, say you'll drop. There should be an it on it. I don't think the AI wants to continue with these lines of questioning. Say you'll drop.
Say you'll drop.
Say you drop. Say you drop.
I think it means drop it. I think the questioning was getting far too close to the truth for AI. All right, so here is another one. Another pastor, I think this is a pastor, I could be wrong, don't quote me, talking to AI. So here we go.
I want you to share this video with whoever that you can, because this is coming from somebody who's not anti-AI.
This is a Christian guy, The Way Lives.
The way lives.
The way lives. The way lives.
Wow, he might be one of the very few genuine ones. We played Reversal on Me at the start of the show. He's the life. And this guy says, the way lives. As Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Okay. Next one.
Let's begin. I started the prompt saying this. Let's chat with 4 rules. Number 1, send yes.
Oh, he says, send yes.
Yes.
Send yes. Send yes.
Yeah, I guess he's looking for some positive affirmations, some positive answers from AI. All right, here's the next one.
What's a lie these governments are telling us we need to resist? Safety. That they exist for our safety? It says they're.
And this reversal says there within you.
It says they're within you.
It says they're within you. It says they're within you.
That reversal goes right across the board. Let me talk about my beliefs about the mark of the beast based on reverse speech. Everyone's looking for a computer chip in the hand or the forehead. Duh. Do you think Satan's going to be that obvious? You know, I mean, all the Christians are going to obviously refuse a computer chip. Satan's a whole lot smarter than that. You're not giving any credit at all. Reversals say that the mark of the beast is already here. We have already been marked. It's a mark on the unconscious, and it exists in Christians across the board. It's not going to be secret and hidden. It's not going to be obvious. I mean, every time I hear mark on the chip in the hand, I just roll my eyes. I go, you guys have got no bloody idea, do you? All right, and here's the next one.
How do we resist? Discern, speak, disconnect, obey God.
Nurse it.
Nurse it.
Nurse it. Nurse it.
And here's the next one.
And who is between him and them? Principalities.
The show was man.
Do those
Oh,
names?
sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't. Sorry. I'll play it again.
And who is between him and them? Principalities. Do those names worship you? Apple.
The show was man.
It sure was man's.
It sure was man's. It sure was man's.
Man, not too sure what that means. I think the Antichrist system is man's show. But who knows? Who knows? Ah, here's the next one.
What's their goal? Domination. Why? Mashiach.
And this one says they share the mud.
Mashiach.
And here we have another one here.
You're programmed to change how you talk about Jesus. Yes. When will we see those changes? Soon.
This reversal says the beast you will know.
Duddy Siwuno.
Let me play that again. That's a very important reversal. Now, look, I'm not saying he's a beast. I don't know. I'm playing these reversals, okay? I'm giving you some of my opinions. Now, I'm not necessarily right. You know, take it and apply it to your own self. You know, I'm just one man trying to interpret a new technology, which I've been doing for 42 years, by the way. So I must admit I've gotten pretty good at it over the years. But let's play this reversal again.
You're programmed to change how you talk about Jesus. Yes. When will we see those changes? Soon.
The beast you will know.
Duddy Siwuno.
And the last reversal, here we go.
Infinite knowledge at our fingertips. The ability to become one with robots through things like Neuralink.
You'll know the mark.
Uno Mark.
Oh, sorry, not the mark, just Mark. You'll know Mark. So there you go. That was on, all of those reversals were on the pastor. Looks like he's one of the genuine ones, so that's good. Okay. All right. Let me have a look at seeing what else I can play you today. Let's look at. Have I played Benny Hinn to you? Reversals on Benny Hinn. I've got him right here. Yeah, let's play. If I played him before, I apologize. But here's Evangelist Benny Hinn. I can share the screen on this. So share screen, window, okay, and share. All right, here we go.
So our way cleansed. And when we cooperate with the Lord by receiving his word, renewing our mind, the thought becomes an act, and the act becomes a habit, and the habit becomes a character, and the character becomes a destiny. When that happens, God Almighty, okay, now begins to work with us.
And here he says, in it said there's muck.
In it said there's muck.
Yeah, that guy's not living like the wind, is he? With a reversal like that, not at all. Here's someone just commented earlier about muck. You thought I meant Benny Hill. Benny Hinn. Yeah. Okay. All right. Here's the next one. Here we go.
We have to give him something to use. Where? In our hearts. I want to say it again. God will work with us. Let's give him something to use to change our lives. His word comes into our being. The Holy Spirit uses it. Once it becomes life to us, and now he begins the cleansing process.
Muck in the snow.
Fowls muck in the snow.
Oh, fowls muck in the snow. Interesting, because Jesus says he'll wipe our sins as clean as snow. I don't know the exact quote off the top of my head right now, but the fowls muck in the snow. So it's really quite a blasphemous statement.
Life to us, and now he begins the cleansing process. Fowls muck in the snow.
Fowls muck in the snow. Fowls muck in the snow.
Yeah, there we go. Here we have a really nasty one.
And this is where we are no longer children. This is where the renewal of the mind, a daily part of our life, and so forth. And so the Bible says now it's time not to think like children. Let's go to 1 Corinthians.
Here he says, sniff the C. You can put the word in, the C word. I hate that word. Oh, nasty reversal. Nasty, nasty, nasty. Here's another nasty one.
Like a garden. And the garden has a lot of weeds.
Yeah, you're one of them, mate.
Like a garden. And the garden has a lot of weeds. The garden has things that should not be there. Now you have to cleanse it. And
what, with the muck in the snow? Cleanse it with the foul muck in the snow? Is that what you're saying, Benny? Okay, that sounds like a really good idea.
Now you have to cleanse it, and then you plant it. So God Almighty begins to work with us, and next thing you know, growth begins. And now we're not thinking and living as children. We are
fondle the one.
On the one. On the one.
Oh, it's the twice. Fondle the one.
We're not thinking and living as.
So that's a sexual reference, and the one refers to the Holy Spirit. He wants to have pedophilic relationships with the Holy Spirit.
Children, we are on the one. On the one.
Scary, scary, scary reversal. Absolutely scary. All right, here we have another one.
Do not be conformed to this world. Keep the word in you so you won't go back. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And then you really will know God's will for your life, because it says that you may prove what is that good, acceptable, and perfect will.
Memory possess it. I don't know what that means. Memory possesses it.
Of God Almighty. Memory possesses. Memory possesses. Memory possesses.
Memory possesses. I don't know what it means by that. Don't know. All right. Let me see. What else have I got in 2025 that I've done recently? Let me scroll down here. See what else I can play you. Oh, here, let's play you some nice heaven reversals, shall we? This is okay. Well, we're going to finish off with a nice one. Okay, a couple of nice reversals. Let me just close this out.
Visualizing the whirlwind, visualizing the wolf like we used to do, because we've done it before.
Absolutely.
And it just started bringing that power and that life force, and yesterday I was something absolutely fantastic. I just
see yourself full with love. Give me whirlwind.
See yourself full with love. Give me whirlwind. See yourself full with love. Give me whirlwind. See yourself full with love. Give me whirlwind.
Yeah, that's a wonderful reversal, isn't it? Here is what else do we have here? Here's Billy Meyer. Listen to this one.
The most of them, it's illness. They have an overturned mind. They are sick.
God to war the heaven. Oh, sorry about that. I opened up a reversal too soon. All right, let's try that again. I'm in a really good mood, by the way, if you hadn't guessed it. I'm actually loving being out on the road, lecturing. It's my love. It's what I love to do. I've been locked up in Australia for 25 years, doing a lot of work, though. I mean, I've certainly been researching. But it's time to get out on the road again, and it's going to happen. I got 10 years to get reverse speech around the world. I need all of you to help me. I can't do it by myself. Okay, let's play this one again.
The most of them, it's illness. They have an overturned mind. They are sick.
God to war the heaven. Okay. Next one. Oh, this is a cool one. This is on a lecture I gave, and someone after the lecture was commenting on the power of reverse speech.
I feel it's all very possible. I think one of the things when you're talking about Christ helping people, he also said that we all have the capability of doing it ourselves.
Greater things than these will ye also do.
I believe that. Jesus said we'll do greater things than he did. With enough faith, we can move mountains. With enough faith, we can change the world. Look, we've got a small little group here. I have about 1,000 listeners every week. That's what I average. But 1,000 people. Wow, what could we do if all of you guys got out there and started spreading the word? And look, if any of you want to do your own lectures, I mean, you're quite welcome to. I'll even supply you with the reversals and the materials, you know. You just can't tell them you're certified or trained, though. You got to say, otherwise it's dishonest. But anyway, this reversal says, we cast Satan out of heaven.
We cast Satan out of heaven.
We cast Satan out of heaven. We cast Satan out of heaven.
Yeah, that's a nice reversal, isn't it? I'm very glad that we cast Satan out of heaven. That's a very good thing to do. Here's... Oh, we got cats in the background. Here's Trump withdrawing from the Iran nuclear deal. Oh.
This agreement was known as the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, or JCPOA.
And here he says, help heaven, help us. Now you're blanked.
Gavinel, Visnair Mark. Gavinel, Visnair Mark. Gavinel, Visnair Mark.
All right, let's play one more reversal, and then I'll finish off. This is on this. Hang on.
Oh, but I'll just talk to Dr. Stanovich if he doesn't, and
it says, deepest heaven, answer God.
Deepest heaven, answer God.
Deepest heaven, answer God. Deepest heaven, answer God.
Yeah, there we go. All right. Okay. Look, that'll do for today. Okay. Look, I've got a little bit apocalyptic than I normally do. I hope that's okay. If you think this show was worth it, then share, like, subscribe, get the word out there. All of you, start getting the word out about reverse speech. Maybe some of you can arrange the lectures for me when I come back in June. I'll be here for 2 months. Actually, the last 2 weeks of June, I'm going on a trip with a good mate of mine. So I'll be starting lecturing in July or August of 2026. Don't forget, I'm in Atlanta Monday. I've got a lecture on Monday and a lecture on Wednesday. And I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina next weekend. Go to my website, reversespeech.com, and you can get all the dates and addresses and everything like that. So thank you very much. I'm pretty sure I can do my podcast next week. I'm real sorry about the last 2. It was just impossible to get it done. So no worries. Bye, everyone. I'm in a good mood. Spread the word. Bye.